Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we're going to be checking out the 2012 Trail Crawler Pro, which is essentially a console-friendly version of a second-gen Toyota Tundra. Now, this is really interesting because the Tundra in particular hasn't gotten a ton of, I would say, console-friendly love in terms of mods, but what I will also say is that this particular generation, the early second-gen Tundras, really aren't represented in many games at all, so it's really cool to see this one here, and depending on whether you prefer the early second gen or late second gen body style, I'm sure you're going to be a fan of how this truck drives. Now, this is entirely in the standard form that the shop gives it to you in. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take it back into the shop. We're going to build it, we're going to customize it, and we're going to see what this thing is all about in terms of driving and off-road capability. And as you can see, we are currently playing around with it on the public test server on the Season 7 Tennessee map. Now, I will say though, it's worth noting that even the standard suspension setup comes with an active adjustment mode, so that's really, really cool. Now, going back into the garage now, you start with a 200 horsepower V6, you can then go up to a 400 horsepower V8 or a 600 horsepower turbo diesel swap. That one's a really interesting one, and I'm definitely excited to see how that drives. Now, gearbox-wise, you got stock, off-road, and highway. I'm sure they're all modified with modified ratios, and the highway box probably also has low ranges included in it as well, so I feel pretty safe going with the highway option, even in terms of doing a lot of off-road work. Now, suspension-wise, we got stock, 2-inch lift, and 3-inch lift. I'm going to go with the 3-inch lift, and I think that the 3-inch lift should provide us with a good amount of stability and a good amount of flex, but we'll have to wait and see on that. So we've got 38s and 41s. We've got the K3s, TRPs, ATs, and MTs, and then we've also got the K3s once again, and the list basically repeats in the 41-inch size. So we're going to go with I'm thinking the 41-inch K3s, and then winch-wise, you got literally one, and then you can actually do like a bushwhacker fender flare style if you want to go that route. I'm not going to go that route on this truck, but you can if you want to. Now, side steps-wise, you can do a sidestep / rock slider combo, which is really nice. Got a brush guard add-on, some custom front bumpers, which actually, I really dig this one. I think this one looks sick. It's got a lot of wheel clearance too, and the integrated winch and the tow hooks. That looks awesome. Now, you can also do a custom rear bumper or a stock rear bumper. I'm definitely going to go with the custom option. It looks like a nice, like, steel bumper. It looks really tough. Now, hood-wise, you can do a standard one or a custom one with a hood scoop. That's completely and totally up to you on whether or not you like the hood scoop look. Grill-wise, you've got a custom grill, a stock blacked-out grill, or a stock chrome grill. I'm going to actually go with the... You know what? I actually like the stock blacked out grill, funny enough. Now, I think we are going to go with the custom headlights because I like the look of those a little bit better. Tailgate-wise, you can actually leave it on or take it off. That's completely and totally up to you. Bed add-ons-wise, you have the bed cap as well as a cap rack, which I believe will, let's see, it'll stand on top of the cap. Okay, cool. So let's see. I'm going to do the bed cap, and then we'll go from there. Wheels-wise, you have a pretty good selection as well. Some Method Race wheels. I absolutely love those. And then at that point, the color selection is entirely up to you. And not only that, but the colors are actually synchronized not only with the main body paint, but you also have the color carrying over to the tow hooks, the diff covers, the coilover springs, like basically all sorts of like parts of the suspension and steering as well. Now, in terms of what color combination to go with, that is once again a complete personal taste thing. Now, I think for me, I'm probably going to go with something a little bit different. I usually go with a nice like either a red, sometimes a green. I like the light blue on these trucks. I think the light blue looks really, really good. I kind of dig the army green as well, but that's not quite army green. This one's actually a lot closer to that, so I think I might go with either that or maybe the orange. I like the orange a lot. I think the orange looks great. So does the purple. I think we'll do the orange on this build. The orange looks really good. Throwing beans on the dash, and then now it's time to take this thing out for a quick rip and see what it's all about. I think we're going to take it to the track first, and then recover back to the garage, and then try it out on some rocks. Come on. Oh, dude, it rips. With that, top spec engine, it rips. What's it feel like in high range? It's pretty quick, actually. Once it actually builds boost and starts, like, absolutely getting after it. Whoa, race start solo discovered. So you can actually run those in solo if you'd like to. That's awesome. Now, in terms of handling-wise, the 3-inch lift seems to have a really good amount of body control in the corners. Look at that. It went a bit wide, but I'm not really going to worry too much about that because, like, the way it handled the body roll was awesome. Let me see if I can get the front end to dig in. You can get it to handle the way you want it to. You just have to really commit to the throttle and have the all-wheel drive on mid-corner. Let's see. In the straights, I would recommend automatic, and in a lot of corners, you could probably just pitch the front end into the corner and stay flat out on the throttle, and it'll stay pretty well controlled. I love the way this thing is tuned. Oh, dude, you can feel that it was tuned for, like, the PTS physics, because look at this. Bro, that was basically a full-on drift around that banked turn on the dirt. That was really, really good. How does it handle the jump? It pitches forward just a little bit, and that's why I was a little sketchy about going full speed off the jump. That's why I wanted to back it off a little bit to see. But the way it digs in and rotates in the corners is amazing. And it just holds that slip angle. That's awesome. Bro, this thing is really, really good. That is so well tuned in the turns. I'm curious. What can we... let's see. The main challenge of this is a single lap race. Let's see. Capitalize on your top speed. Pick the right gearbox and tires. 2 minutes for gold. Bro, I'll send that. Let's go. Come on. I'm sure this thing can do a sub 2-minute lap on a standing start. There's no way it's going to fight with you on that. At least I don't think there is. Go low. Make your way out to the apex. Not bad. Then launch it into high. You definitely want to be... Oh, there we go. Feathering the throttle mid-corner. You can do these really nice four-wheel slides and just keep your momentum up so well. Back in automatic mode on the straight. And then the second you go into a turn, put it back into high range, which it kind of didn't want to stay in high range there. That was weird. So we can stay wide and then start a little bit of a slide. There we go. Wait, enter wide. Let's see if I could do this one flat without flipping it. Whoa! Holy crap, that was a save and a half. All right. We were right up there on 2 wheels. A little bit of a lift, a little bit of a dab of the brakes. Come on. Oh, crap, I lost my momentum. I lost out bad on that momentum there, but this thing rips, dude. I would absolutely recommend having one of these in your fleet, whether you're, like, running it around a racetrack or if you're using it for scouting, exploring, some light, you know, trailer towing. This thing is going to be all about it. And boom, across the line, 119 on a standing lap. That was legit. All right, let's take this thing out to some obstacles now in terms of like rocks and some, you know, minor mud, things like that. See how it does when you put it in that kind of environment. And fortunately enough, out here on the Season 7 map for Tennessee, you actually are surrounded by a lot of rock and mud obstacles nearby the garage. So no matter what kind of testing you want to put your truck through, you can do it nearby the garage essentially, whether that's rock crawling or mudding, or if you want to take it around the racetrack, it's all there for you. So let's see how this thing does with the new and improved updated rock grip. We'll put it in low range. It's got a good amount of flex to it. See if we can make it work its way around those. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to use low plus, and I'll just vary my throttle inputs. Let's see how you do up these rocks. Oh, bro. Wow, okay. This thing is all about it when it comes to climbing up rocks. I mean, you can literally drive it straight from the racetrack to a rock garden, and keep in mind, I have made no adjustments to it in terms of performance. The wheelbase is a little off for this one, but I think maybe if I bump the obstacle, it might actually work. So let's see. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Oh, it didn't quite have the torque to bump it in high. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Dude, the way it bumped up those rocks was amazing. And again, I know that that's partially due to the updated rock physics for Season 7, but man, this thing is top notch. I absolutely love the way it's set up. I love the way it drives. Solid axle swap Tundras, like solid front axle Tundras, are rare anyway. And, you know, especially if you're talking about real life terms, but seeing one here in the game and performing this well, I love it. And I cannot get over how much fun this thing is to drive. And keep in mind, we changed nothing and drove it straight from the racetrack to a rock garden. That's what I love about this truck. And look, it just goes right up. It's so sick. But if you guys enjoyed this quick look at this truck, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later. That's high range in the off-road box. Let's see how it stands up to some mud. Bro, it's getting it pretty good. even on these tires, I mean, again, I know they're not technically like a mud tire, but, dude, they get down pretty good. Looks like it's going to get a little bit more gnarly here. Try to stay out of the super deep stuff. Why it's still not slowing down? High range in the off-road box is genuinely so well tuned for mud. I am really impressed by that. Dude, even when it gets really, really deep, this thing does not care.